Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification. We are in Chapter 3 talking about test analysis and design techniques. As a part of this, we shall be continuing with 3.2, that is behavior-based test techniques, and continuing with the next technique today, that is scenario-based testing, and trying to understand how scenario, or basically in other words, use cases can be leveraged to derive minimum number of test cases. Well, so as a part of this particular topic, we just want to help you understand the word scenario does not represent a traditional requirement, but more of like a requirement which is given in the form of use cases. So generally, use cases are very common to us. We have been using it for a long time, and we know that use cases represent a real-world interaction between the user and the system, and gives us a very sequential set of steps which helps us understand that how the machine or the system is expected to be used in the real world. And from there, it becomes much more simpler for us to derive some of the very specific test cases, which would be of great help to measure the required coverage. So quickly to just justify that the scenario-based testing is exactly the same, the very first line from the syllabus says that the scenario-based testing evaluates the test item's behavior in realistic scenario, which basically talks about user stories, personas, or user journey maps. And here this can even be represented in a pictorial representation, which is called as an activity diagram, or in other words, in real world, we even know them as modeling or use case diagram. Now, generally a use case is a textual or graphical description of the action representing the interaction between the user and the system, and generally covers three major important things. One, the main scenario, so-called happy path, the extensions, which are the alternative paths, and exception, where the system is expected to fail or probably return back to the main scenario. So again, these are theoretical information talking about some of the basic characteristics that any use cases represent three major things. It will always have one main path, okay? It doesn't have the branches. So never be under the impression that there is a second possible test case which can be derived from the same test case when we talk about a use case, okay? But however, as there could be multiple options, they will be clearly identified, and we are referring them to as alternatives, and this alternative is being referred as extension. Whereas exception are those terminated points or termination points where user may stop without completing it successfully. So let's take a quick example right here to help you understand what does that mean or what you can expect in the examination. Right here is a simple scenario talking about an easy travel card which is used for paying on journeys on buses and undergrounds, and the user can store credit to the card at easy travel loading machine. So if you see here, there's a simple use case. We are talking about add to easy travel balance from credit card. Now you know that you can load balance from cash or other options too, but this scenario is about adding balance from credit card. And purpose is, of course, user is increasing the balance. Actors are user and system. Precondition, user has a valid easy travel card and a valid credit card. End result is, of course, the balance should increase by the amount which was selected by the user. Now, if you look at the use case on the right side here, you get a very clear picture of it. Like we have user performing the step one, that user places the easy travel card on the reading plate of the machine. The machine reads it and basically gives you the option of like, hey, what would you like to do? Now, if you notice here, first of all, step 1 to step 15 is your happy path, which is main scenario, whereas all other steps will have some extensions possible. So step 2 has some extensions. As you can see, there are three options displayed on the machine. That is query card balance, add to balance, and then check latest card transactions. Now, if you notice, this use case is about add to balance of the card. The other one has been clearly marked that this is covered in a separate use case, not the same one. Okay, so that is what we call it as extensions or alternative paths, which will be clearly recognized in a use case, but not covered in this use case. Okay, so that means no one gets confused when we talk about understanding a use case. That means there are different use cases written for it. So let's not talk about covering them in this use case. If I continue the journey the same way, if you see the sequence, choose the amount, choose add balance, then system asks for the amount to enter, then user selects the amount. Again, you have two options, that would you like to do by cash or credit card. As you see, this use case is about credit card, so cash is a separate use case. Then the journey continues, like user selects credit card, system asks to insert, validates it, and so on and so forth. And finally, the card is being debited with that amount. System prints out the receipt and system returns to main screen. Now, if you see here, another important thing which we covered about the attribute of use case is the exception. And if you see step number 2, step number 4, step number 6, and step number 8 has an exception E1. What is that? At this point, you can terminate the transaction by just removing the card from the reading plate. Okay, so that means, in simple words, this is a different way of terminating your successful transaction without being charged or something. And you have an option that if you just remove your Easy Travel card from the reading plate, your transaction will be terminated then and there, and the system will return to the main screen. But there is exception 2, which happens at the step number 10. And of course, it is also termination, but a different way, because now you have inserted the credit card, and if you have to cancel the card or transaction, then you have to say no on the screen rather than just removing the Easy Travel card from the plate. Okay, so we have two types of exception possible, and thus we have identified them. So now the question is, how do we use this use case to derive our set of test cases, right? So in simple words, as we have one main path, so we'll have one happy path test case, which is the valid test case. And then if you look here, each count or each occurrence of exception is called as an invalid test case. Okay, so we have an invalid test case of step 1 and 2. Then again, we have another invalid test case happening at step number 4. Same way 6, 8, and 10. So there are 5 occurrence of exceptions, including E1 and A2. So total of 5 invalid test cases. So put together, there are basically 6 test cases, 1 valid and 5 invalid. Keeping it very simple, the number of valid test cases will always remain 1 in a use case because there is only one main path. But of course, when it comes to the invalid test cases, it is the occurrence of exceptions. Okay, not the count. Because if I say count of exception, then you would say there are 2 exceptions, E1 and E2, which is wrong understanding. Okay, occurrences of how many times the exceptions are happening in the use case is your answer to the negative number of test cases. So if you have been asked about maximum coverage, you go with 5 plus 1. If they are asking you with minimum coverage, then you only do valid, as usual, right? You know this from foundation, that minimum coverage means only valid test cases, maximum coverage means valid plus invalid. So how many invalid? 5. So total of 6 test cases are here. And that basically helps us understand that use cases are again helpful for us to derive minimum number of test cases or efficient number of test cases, which would be helpful in evaluation. Okay, so that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.